Righty. Mate, Alex, legend, thanks for coming along.
Me.
Yeah, maybe try and put this mic just about
Closer?
Yeah, a little closer, yeah. About a hand's distance around. Yeah, perfect. Mate, thanks for coming in. I put this ad up like a month ago. Pretty fitting. It's like Valentine's Day tomorrow, and you got a good story for me about meeting your girl and all the rest.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about yourself. How old are you? Where you're coming from, and all that. And
I'm 29 from England, London, just outside of London. I left about 3-4 years ago. Travelled, lived in Canada, and just moved here to Sydney, November.
Yeah, welcome to us for a pretty messed up summer we've had.
I know, I literally got here and the clouds were smoky. I got here as the bushfire started.
Mate, it's been they've started heaps earlier, like all up around like north, like Port Macquarie way. There's been, won't get into all that, but horrific bushfire season. So now the rains are here and
everyone's complaining now.
Mate, it's all over the place. But yeah, so what's the story? What's going on with you now? You know.
So my background's in advertising, marketing. So I had a few years off, snowboarding, working in bars, traveling a bit. So
nice one in Canada.
In Canada, so
lovely. Whistler.
I've been Whistler. Yeah, I was there for a bit, and then Vancouver. Yeah.
Oh, mate. Well done.
I've been wanting to come back to Oz for 10 years because I had a gap year here, 2009, so over 10 years.
Nice one.
And I kept delaying it, and then I actually had a flight booked for last February to come over here. Had my visa ready, and I cancelled it. So I delayed it even longer, even when I had a flight booked.
Yeah.
Because I met my now girlfriend just before I left.
Nice one.
So I was like crossroads. Like, do I stay? Give it a go. Stay on a holiday visa for the summer in Canada, and again halt my step to Australia, or do I go to Australia?
Yeah. So is your girl a Canadian?
She's Canadian.
Yeah. Nice one. All right. So yeah, thanks for coming on, because I put this ad up. It's only like a month back, and this whole series is about finding love, trying to listen to people's experiences, any pearls of wisdom they got about their relationships, or how they met someone, or something they overcome or changed, or something like that. So it sounds like you've met quite a girl. So what happened there, and what's the story with her?
So I was already in a relationship with somebody,
right?
And that girl had left, and we were going to be spending 6 months apart. And I was moving to Australia because she was Australian. We had a few months apart, and
difficult.
I was never. This is just a bit of a backdrop because it helps the stories. We got together in Canada. We lived together and everything like that. But I knew I didn't have a long future with her.
Right.
And I was very vocal about that at the start.
Sure.
And I just knew, but we just went in anyway because it's Whistler and like it's nice. And it's just different there. It's like it's not as big a commitment and it's just more chill.
Sure.
So when it came to the crunch time, I was never really committed. But I was still gonna go over because I was like, I'm leaving. My visa's up in Canada, and why not?
Sure.
So my mindset is always very aware of if I like someone or not.
Yeah, for sure.
It's usually not.
And
I never actually really like somebody properly.
I know what you mean. And what you felt like, 1 foot in, 1 foot out with this girl?
Yeah, but I knew that. Like I wasn't hesitating about it. It was just what it is, and that's it.
It was the Whistler love.
But I was never looking for anything.
Yeah.
But this is when I met Jess, my current girlfriend. We met over a random lunch, so in Whistler. So I went to lunch with my friend. She came up with about 3 or 4 others from Vancouver who were they're mutual friends with my friend, you see. So he's the connector. They happened to come up to Whistler. I happened for once to say, yes, I'll come to a lunch.
With like a couple of girlfriends of you.
Well, yeah, I didn't know who was coming. I didn't know what was going on. So I was like,
nice
I'll go.
Yeah.
So I sat there. I just sat there in the middle, just chilling. And we were waiting for these people to come. And then the guys from Van came, and Jess was one of the girls. And I was sitting in a corner seat, like minding my own business, before we sat at the table. and she, like, I looked to see who had entered the the perimeter, and she was there, and like we kind of looked at each other and were like,
immediately we know something's going on.
I just she was with another guy who was trying to date her, court her.
Like attempting to, or
yeah. There's on like a double date. They come to Whistler because her best friend's going out with another dude. So it was like a little double thing.
I hear, yeah.
But I just look straight down. I always look down. If I'm interested in someone, I look down and then work go up. I start at the feet of the shoes.
Brilliant.
And judge them accordingly. And if I get to the shoulders above, then they're doing all right. So.
Right, but you were actually assessing properly that way. You saw it.
Yeah, I was just like,
I better check this one out. Yeah. All right.
And then she was, I don't know, like the look we had, and then even the way she dressed and just everything, mannerisms about her. I was like, wow. And then we sat down for lunch and...
Ticking boxes.
Yeah, I wasn't really consciously thinking about it. I wasn't in my head going, oh, yeah. I was just like...
But she's impressive.
Blur. And then we sat down for lunch, and I thought she was... Because I thought she was with... Who is our friend called Pete now.
Sure.
I thought they were together, because I hadn't met either of them before.
Yeah.
And then as the conversation was going... I was sitting next to him at lunch, she was opposite him, and... someone was opposite me, and as it was going on, I was listening out for them because obviously I was interested, and I was like, nah, the way they're talking, they're not together.
It's not solid.
And then she just started talking to me across, started asking me questions, and I was a bit like, short answered and whatever. And then
is that like when you're still feeling a little awkward, like, damn, I'm not sure if I should step on someone's toes? Or?
No, I wasn't even again. I wasn't even conscious of that. I was just like, I was just chilling.
Nice.
Minding my own business, like my own world, whatever.
Yeah, sweet.
And then we ended up going back to my friend's apartment. This is like 4 p.m. or something.
Sure.
Had a hot tub. Everyone got in a hot tub. I didn't have my swim shorts.
Oh, of course.
So I got in my underwear. And they were bright yellow with green cactus.
Brilliant. At this point, the other dude that's what's your name? Your Pete's just like, oh, I'm screwed. I'm fucked.
That was basically it. And then we got in the hot tub, and then there was like 4 or 5 dudes. They were all just staring at her, and I was like, I can't do it. I refused to look. She like got up and left the hot tub, and everyone was like, and I was just like head down. I was like, I can't do it. Just I don't know why. Like I get funny about stuff like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And
when
then,
there's a lot of dudes. Yeah,
it's just like I don't know. It's just weird. And then we went back into the flat, and then I sat by myself, just by the fire, and then she like came waddling over, and she was staying in this Airbnb and showed me. Just no reason at all, just sat next to me and was like, oh, look at this. And showed me her apartment and that she was renting because she was a travel nurse at the time.
Sure.
So she gets Airbnbs, whatever, for contracts. And like the whole house is dolphinized. So like there's dolphin plates on the wall. Right. Dolphin mats, dolphin curtains, everything.
Theme house.
We're just sitting on there together and I'm like, who is this?
Jesus. Yeah.
Anyway, they left. Went back to van, and then the boys were like, oh, you two, like, oh, you know, and
everyone's jealous.
I was like, whatever, like, I'm leaving in a few months.
Right.
Didn't think anything of it. And I was like, if something happens, like, she'll come to me or whatever. And the next day, and then I went home that night.
So wait, you were just like, if something happens, she'll...
Yeah, but I just said that to the boys just to shut them up, and I was like, whatever.
Were you still thinking at this point, like, okay, look, I am leaving, as you said, I'm not going to really try to make it something, so
yeah,
I'll
it was just
let
relaxed,
it be natural.
Yeah, and then that night I went home. I was staying in like a basement flat for a couple months.
Stick this one a little closer.
Whist life.
Yeah, no.
And because I was leaving, I didn't sign contracts, etc. And then I was up till 6, 7 a.m. the next morning thinking about Jess.
Yeah.
Nice. My mind was going crazy. I was like picturing scenarios of us in the future together. Like I'd only just met her, and because I was up that long, wired, thinking about her. Obviously, every scenario possible in your head goes around. You've got nothing else to think about.
Right, she left an impression.
So I was thinking of things like hanging in, being together, like fully, like getting visas together, like traveling together, living together, everything that we're doing now, basically.
Projecting full future with this girl.
Yeah, and I literally, so that was frazzled me, and then the next day, one of the boys from Van asked my mate in Whistler, "Oh, Jess is asking for my number."
Brilliant. How happy were you then?
And I was like, I was happy, but I just knew that it was going to happen. Like, I don't know why. I just knew it was, I just, for some reason. So
yeah, I hear.
I'm being real descriptive about this whole story in the center point, because the reason why it was so great is because, like, it happened naturally. Out of the blue. And, like, if you're open, if you allow yourself and accommodate yourself to, like, be patient, and when you see something, you know that you like it, then this is the kind of thing that happens. If you go looking for stuff, you know, I remember even when I was at school, you know, people like, "Oh, I think I need a boyfriend. I think I need a girlfriend." They go looking for it. They last like 6 months or a year, and then they go to another one.
Yes, I hear you.
So
no, look, that's just to pause here. That's an amazing point to hear. I know they're rare times, and I've been in them a few times myself in the past with like a relationship when it's totally something that I know I like this girl. I kind of know she likes me, not by any, you know, misreading, and there's just some energy, some other thing that's going on there where we both understand something without.
I think you have to also, like, I was very besides the girlfriend, half girlfriend I was with at the time. That was overseas I could have easily been single. I would have been in the same situation. But I think you have to be comfortable with being single.
Yes.
And by yourself and with friends and your own thing, for your mind to allow it to reach a point like I did with Jess when we first met. Because if you're not, you're always hunting for something not as fulfilled, not as whole, if you like.
Definitely.
That's my view on it anyway.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
That's why that felt so strong, because I've always been like that. And when I knew. And
is that the first time you felt like that natural, like, energy's going both ways? I knew she was going to call me. I was thinking about her all night, and it was kind of like you already knew it.
I just knew everything. Time? Yeah, probably. Yeah. I mean, I have been in love before when I was younger and all that, and I've been attracted to girls and falsely thought I was in love once when I completely wasn't, and I've done all of that. But I've never. It's almost like it took all of that to get to this stage and to feel that.
100%. Yeah.
And when you have like an epicenter like that, that's curated like that, then everything around it just becomes like so natural. It just feels so great. So yeah, I guess that's the backdrop of it all. But I was running out of time because I was leaving the country.
Right.
And we didn't meet for about. She didn't message me. So after that, she didn't message me for like 2 weeks.
Oh wait, so she asked for the number, I didn't message you for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then she finally sent me a message, and it's funny, I got it screenshotted. It was what's it about? Remember. It's just like, "Oh, hey, this is Jess. We met a couple of weeks ago. It'd be good to see you again. I'm a snake, I know, but I'm messaging you anyway." Like something along those lines. Something about my undies. She couldn't resist messaging me. I don't know.
Brilliant. Okay, so you left the impression on her too.
And then we met finally in early December, and we went on a Christmas. What's it called? Like a winter wonderland thing.
No,
in Vancouver. That? Like
what is it like?
I guess you guys don't have snowy Christmases.
No. What's
so? It's a big area, and you pay tickets to go in, and there's like. Beer halls, there's Ferris wheels, ice rinks.
I hear.
All that stuff. So we met there, and
we try to do it here in Bondi, and sometimes in winter it doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's alright.
And we had an amazing first date. Like, we both said it was our best first date we've ever had. And then we had a little kid with a Ferris wheel.
Ugh, classic. Absolutely classic.
It stopped at the top as well. So I was like,
you are kidding me.
I was like, this is like, I was already wanting to kiss her on the ice rink, and we sat down and we were a bit shuffling a bit, and so from then we just projected into like, we love each other straight away. And then
just naturally went ahead. So it sounds like the universe was just pushing you guys that way as well, right?
Yeah, it was. But time wasn't on our side, and she lived outside of Vancouver, so it's a good hour and a half bus into Van from Whistler. and then another 45-minute drive. So I was going down. I went down for Christmas Day with my friend because he was dating her housemate, who were best friends. There's like 4 of us.
Oh, nice one.
And then progressively got from there, and I was spending a lot of time with her, and sometimes like a bit too much. But as again, like it was that we're both independent and like space, but we both wanted really
more time.
Each other.
Yeah.
So, and it was just basically finding out if I was trying to work out if I'm gonna stay in Van, because my visa expired February.
Right.
And I had the flight booked February.
Yeah.
So I'd have had to cancel the flight and stay on a holiday visa, which proves tricky because of work and stuff.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. So then how did it all come about then?
So she told me she loved me like end of January.
How long was that into the relationship?
Oh, like...
So 2 months, 3 months?
Oh, no, not even that, like 6-7 weeks.
6-7 weeks. Amazing.
So...
Mate, that's as special as it gets, really.
Yeah, but we're, you know, she's 27, I was 28, and, you know, you know a bit more by then. Age does count in those compared to if you're a bit younger. Those years are quite pivotal, so it wasn't like... It felt real, you know. It wasn't like one of those, I'm in love.
It wasn't infatuation when you're 20, 22, and that may be mistaken.
So then, I think she said that because my flight was booked a few weeks later, so it was just to keep me. But so yeah, so then from there, I stayed in Canada. Moved to the city in April. Lived with her, and yeah, we spent the summer together and had a great time. We had a few friends there and stuff, and
you stayed on the working holiday visa?
No, I was on a holiday visa.
Yeah.
So I was like cash work, and I was doing like...
Yeah.
It's really hard in Canada because they're like real by the book. So it did prove... It struggled a bit finding work all the time and everything. So it had its pressures, and...
Yeah.
You know, we had our pressures as well, like visa situations, uncertainty about future, like where we wanted to be, and... You know, it wasn't like this full 100% romantic, positive, perfect thing. Like,
yeah,
there was doubts, and there was commitment problems, and, you know, there was all sorts that kept coming back up as time went on.
Yeah.
But we definitely have used that power from the start to get us through some times.
Yep.
I don't know, I always think back, if I'm ever in a little bit no man's land about stuff in the future and everything, like I just think back to then, and I think of that purpose, and then it brings me through, and I think that was prevalent from her and myself a bit earlier on in the relationship.
Nice one.
So, you know, it can have all this great, fantastic starting point, but to any relationship there can be some hurdles, especially like this age, late 20s. Everyone's like seems a bit lost, unless even when they're either balls deep.
Hey, it doesn't get easier. I'm 37, and it's still the landscape's all over the joint when you talk to people.
But it's fine. It's like, but we're so young nowadays. Like a few generations ago, yeah, that's old, but now it's fine.
Yeah.
But you know, you're either balls deep into a career and you want to get out, and you're looking at all your friends traveling still and like being young and finding out their path, or you're the other way around and you're like, oh, I want to settle down. And then, like, you know, it's just that age. So
yeah, look,
I think we had a few things regarding age to overcome as well. A bit of that direction too.
Hey, look, Alex, it sounds like you went from this amazing beginning to jumping straight in the deep end and taking on all the challenges that people face over, you know, a couple of years into the relationship. Sounds like you just hammered straight through it, and you've had like an amazing like look back to where we stayed and go through them.
Yeah, and like, you know, it's been different over here. Like, we so excited to come over, and you know, I've got a good setup here. I've got a few best friends here already, a couple aunties, my uncle.
Nice.
Working visa. Whereas in Jess came over with like no friends here, no family, on a 3-month nursing contract.
Oh, right.
And then, so she came over with a lot more anxieties and stresses and uncertainties and less comfort. And I think it shocked her a lot, more than she thought.
Yeah.
Especially that before, she's never done that with somebody.
Yeah.
A partner, maybe with a friend.
Yeah.
So that kind of reset things a lot. And there's definitely been some struggles since we've been here too.
Sure.
So I've got much more of a broader spectrum of vision in terms of time. Like I can think, okay, now in 6 months, everything in between doesn't matter as much as long as we get to that point.
Yeah,
6 months,
sure.
whereas in Jess was a bit more like shorter term thinking, which is, there's no right or wrong to each, but
under a lot of pressures, like more, I hear you. Yeah, so, it's difficult without fam and all.
But what I'm constantly always say to myself, if we're ever, you know, just a bit flat, is like, okay, picture that in a few months, everything would be sweet. And you look back and you'll just be like, those little hardships, little things here and there that you got over, like won't be an issue going forward again.
Nice.
So you just keep filtering out these little things, which are mainly personable, not necessarily even about the other person, until they're no more, and then you've got the whole path clear.
Nice one. Like, sounds like you guys have a good dialogue, good communication through all those things and challenges that you guys have jumped into. So.
Yeah, so it's still
which is a lot, right? Like,
and it's only been a year, and we were living together and all sorts, just over a year. So
yeah, sure.
We've done a lot, as you said before, like kind of condensed everything.
More than what a lot of people go through, say, to maybe Australians here starting a relationship 2 years in, they haven't faced things like this.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so. I know. And it's like, we're both quite chilled, relaxed people in terms of ourselves, and that we create our own time and we go our own speed and everything like that. But we're urgent about stuff, but because this came in, it just threw us off our usual individual mindsets and paths. So yeah, it's time's flown. It's been a great year,
mate. It sounds like you're on a winning formula through these challenges, because if you can do it with these things, like, as I said, not many people.
And I think a big thing as well for me, I never really felt a sexual attraction before to somebody. So
like one of your partners or something.
Yeah, short term, long term, whatever, until Jess, like, and I didn't realize how much that contributes to a healthy relationship, because every day you want to touch
that energy's there.
The energy's there, and obviously, like, over time that can go, doesn't disappear, but it's not as on the forefront of your mind, which is fine. But it's still always there.
Well, mate, that's true. Definitely helps if you got that energy between you.
And I didn't realise until this how big a factor that contributes to a relationship. Maybe that was the determining factor of why I liked her so much, or why I could see the future with her. Well, compared to like other girls in the past.
Definitely a piece of the pie of like what drives you. Yeah.
So I think that's an important aspect, which is overlooked nowadays because it's a bit pejorative, you know, like, especially with kids and media and like social and sex is like a no-go. And
look, most these are the dating world right now. Like, I'm single, I'm looking for a good one, and it's a bit messed up. So it's nice to hear you say, especially when you explained that part meeting just where you had this natural feeling, you knew things about it. There's a real secret to that, when you say you're not forcing, you're not looking, you're actually just feeling it. You actually didn't try to chase, hunt down. You were kind of just feeling it.
And I think that comes with that, like I mentioned before, just being a bit more comfortable. Your foundation, you have to have that comfortable with yourself foundation to allow yourself to be like that, or else your mind will be frenzied, and you might miss opportunities like that.
True.
And you know what? About a month or two before I met Jess, I was thinking in my head, I just had this weird feeling that I was with the ex-girlfriend. I was like, I know I don't really love her fully. Is this gonna stop me from? Am I going to miss an opportunity that I'll never know about? Because of that, because I've obviously closed off a bit, and so this moment with Jess, I thought about it a month or two ago, as if like I just like foresaw it. So maybe so again, like, luckily that did happen to Jess, but I think if it didn't, that would have always been in my mind, and I would have thought, okay, I'm not going into a relationship if I'm not dead set, like, want to be with this person.
Yeah, true.
Because you can miss out on an opportunity like that.
Well, good man.
And that confirmed that thought for me, that happened, because it allowed me to be open, luckily.
100%. Takes some courage to do that, right? And recognise that and think, no, look, I'm going to take this chance or have a look, because it feels like there's something there.
Yeah.
So I rate it. Nice one. Well, mate, that's inspiring. It's in Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Sweet. I know.
I don't know when I'm going to release this, but it'll come out soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a good message for all our singles out there that are, like you said, chasing and pushing and looking that way.
It's nice to keep your mind on it and to not be fully closed off.
Yeah.
But, you know, just relax and things calm, or else it's not worth it anyway. Unless it just, like, I'm not saying everything is going to be like how I have with Jess. I went back for a wedding. One of my oldest mates in the summer, they met on Tinder.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily that
which
action.
Gets a bad rap, which people do.
Yeah,
a lot
they
of
got
people
married.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not necessarily that we were lucky. Our first interaction was natural. That first interaction doesn't have to be natural. It can be completely forced. But it's about that connection and that mindset of it that has to be the relaxed side of it. So, you know, you don't have to be waiting. You can still look, but you can't jump.
Definitely that open mindset. There's a secret to it. How long have you guys been together now?
We never really had a date. Our first date was the 2nd of December, a year and a bit ago.
Right, okay.
So
roughly.
She wanted that to be our anniversary, even though it was our first date, because her birthday's in January. So she wanted it to be separate from that. February's got Valentine's Day.
Brilliant.
Christmas is the end of December. So she was like...
Just line up those months,
she wants
special dates.
Yeah, something else in there. Something else to do.
Brilliant. You guys are over, what, North Bondi, did
North
you say?
Bondi, yeah.
Good spot.
Yeah, we were in my friends for a bit, like Zetland, then we moved to Bondi Junction. Still weren't happy. I think we both love a bit of nature. We've been in Canada, so we love the outdoors and stuff. So
oh yeah,
the sea's the thing here, isn't it? So
mate,
we had to get there, and it's been sweet. Yeah, we like it. It's definitely changed, leveled us out, especially Jess. You know, just settled us a bit.
Nice one, brother.
Yeah.
How long are you staying here now? For some time, like you?
So Jess is a nurse. She got sponsored.
Brilliant.
But
nice.
I'm looking to get my own sponsorship back in advertising.
Sure.
And then she'll jump on mine, because she could travel nurse and stuff, rather than be at one hospital. Whereas then I'm sweet to be with one company. If that makes sense.
Nice.
So hopefully, a couple of things in the pipeline. Sydney's been dead for 2 months, so I've just been getting back on it the last week or two. Mate,
well look, thanks so much for the inspirational story and the insights. It's actually hugely helpful. So I'm learning about all this stuff, what's happening with people, what's going on, some success stories or tragedy, whatever here and there. I'm sure some other people will love to hear about this stuff. So
yeah, we'll see.
My man, thank you so much for sharing.
Thanks for having me.
All right, good.